What's good, man? It's your boy God Science up in here. Good morning to everybody. Nice, beautiful day. I got to do my regular morning video. This video is actually about a little bit about the debate with young Pharaoh and Lucas King. I actually did a lengthy video on it, but it actually got erased. And it was a lot of information, too much information. The video was too damn long, so I just broke it down to not really give a who won, but what I took from the debate. Now, I agree with a lot of things that Lucas said. I agree with a lot of things that Pharaoh said. I think it was a debate like that each person did it from their perspective. Lucas did it because he was a white man from his perspective. Pharaoh did it, you know, from his perspective as being a black man in America. A lot of points was brought up. One of the main points that I agree with Lucas is tribalism, and I talked about this in other videos where human beings love to click up. I mean, I could basically stand here and go on and fucking on about it, dude. All right, but from family members to where the fuck you live, from where the hell you live to, like I said, that shit just goes on and on. So, another thing he brought up was, let's see, he actually brought up some good points about Chinese invaded Africa, and I actually researched that is true. Europeans get the blame for destroying Africa, which they do have. I mean, we know about apartheid and all the things that went on. So I can't, in that sense, I disagree with him. I think a lot of whites got to take that responsibility of doing things to Africa. All right. Now, at the same time, he talked about other races or cultures enslaving other people. I mean, blacks enslaving blacks, Arabs enslaving blacks. I even heard of whites enslaving whites. I mean, we understand that, but I agree with Pharaoh when he says European, African, the Atlantic slave trade was worse, because I think mostly because of the after effects. I mean, we had things like fucking Jim Crow laws, and it just kept going on and on. The length of it, the torture. I mean, I don't even like to talk about slavery, but I agree with Pharaoh that that shit was worse. Um, what else can I get off top of the head? And overall, the main big point that I think I got from this is that when Pharaoh talks about the things that racist white people do, he doesn't like single out, some. He doesn't say words like some whites, some racists. He says whites. He puts all of them in one bowl. Now, I'm just coming from my experience. From my experience, I can't say that's true. Let me tell y'all this, and like I tell every racist or bigot, you can't hide being racist. It's not something you necessarily see. You do see it, but it's something that you feel. A person that's racist could come amongst you and they could smile how much they want and act like they're nice. You're gonna feel that shit, especially if you're in tune of feeling people vibes and their auras and shit like that. So you can't hide from me. Now, have I ever gotten that feeling from every fucking white person that I got in contact with? No, I can't say that. There's actually people that I knew, still know, that are white, Europeans, and they're not really on that racist shit. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say it's all of them. Now, I'm not gonna stand here and say that it doesn't exist. And hell yeah, I've ran into a lot of racism, especially when I first came to Florida in the early 90s when I was younger from Brooklyn. I mean, shit, I was called a nigger when I was walking to the store. So I know it exists. Now, I just refuse not to paint everyone as that. Now, he had an argument, should more whites that are not racist do more to help to get rid of Yeah, I agree with that. But at the same time, it's a lot that does. You just don't see it from the media. The media is not going to show that shit. They're not going to show the majority of whites that's standing up against racism. No, they want you to have that fear. It creates more separation. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I think it was a great debate. I think it was a I think he should have more of those. You know what I'm saying? It's the topic that needs to be talked about. And one of the problems with racism in this country is that nobody wants to talk about it. It's like a fucking elephant in the room. Nobody wants to talk about that shit. How you supposed to deal with a problem if you can't talk about it? Excuse me, I'm out of breath because I just came from the fucking weight room. Tired. But yeah, you got to be able to talk about it. So overall, I think the video was the debate was it was a lot of information. I can't cover everything here, but overall, I agree with, you know, I think both sides had good points. You know what I'm saying? Both sides had great points, and of course, there was some shit I didn't agree with what Lucas was trying to say. You know, another main thing that Pharaoh was trying to get across is that he said whites don't have a capacity to have compassion and things like that. Now, again, I can't say that's true because I have met some that had compassion. Then I have met some that was just plain assholes. And like I said, the big thing I take from that whole debate, everywhere you go, you're gonna find a fucking asshole and you're gonna find good people. You're gonna find good people and you're gonna find assholes. And I think that's just the way it is, man. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel, watching the videos. I'm gonna be back up with another actually the debate that Polite this conversation that Polite had with the Dominican Jew. I think that was a hilarious um debate. I'm gonna critique that. But once again, man, y'all stay safe and y'all stay blessed up. Peace.